It's created with this nation, the Dark Aqua Nation, the Orange Nation, this Beige Nation, and this Blue Nation. Their goal is to take down the Yellow Empire. Their first way of doing it is through this nation annexing some land. Well, they annex a few nations, which, yeah, those nations basically just agree to join them. It's not really anything bad. They didn't do anything bad. They're just re-annexing their old territory. The Yellow Nation sure doesn't see it as that way. It starts threatening the nation, but this nation, with the Yellow Nation, Orange Nation beginning its offensive into the Yellow Nation, with them quickly occupying a few of the puppets. You might think the Yellow Nation's going to resist. Yes, they will, because they're strong. But everyone's scared of their imperialism, with not a goal of anybody annexing land. Their goal is to liberate land, or create puppets. With the Yellow Nation launching its first counteroffensive, well, they do a good job against them. But this nation takes the opportunity to try to seize the coast. With the Orange Nation probably going to be the next one to be coalitioned against. With an offensive being launched by the Yellow Nation against the Orange Nation, and against the Dark Aqua Nation. Well, this nation starts its offensive even further, taking over great swaths of land. And they're just now getting into what they would call the proper area. With this nation landing in what we would call Crimea, moving up from it, moving up north. I don't know what they have called it. Because for some reason, someone named me didn't decide to be creative. I still call it the Yellow Nation. Yes, Yellow Nation, very creative. Would I still call it the Yellow Nation if it switched colors? I don't know. Really make a big change. Maybe make it red and call it communist. The Yellow Nation losing its access to the coast. Well, it does launch a counter-offensive, but it goes rather poorly. With this nation launching a spearhead up to here, which is the capital of this Yellow Nation, well, the Yellow Nation's forced to surrender, which leads them looking like this at best. But now for the peace treaty, they will need to hope they manage to get through this peace treaty. So let's see what happens. Puppeting with this nation annexing some land and puppeting too. This nation annexed some land and puppeted 2 nations. This nation puppeted 3 nations. So you now see that's a big change. With this nation deciding to strengthen up by invading this nation, which probably makes no logical sense. And well, maybe their plan is to take over all the world. That used to be plans of nations. Well, it's not anymore. But in the Civilization series, I guess it can be. Forever, yay. Well, they've annexed quite a bit of land, although their neighbor's still stronger than them. Well, in the colonies, a bit of a rivalry happens between these 2 nations, which leads to a bit of a war. With them claiming the border was up here, them making a border claim, claiming this part is, well, their land, and so is that part. So they invade it. Invade what they claim as their land. What they claim is theirs. You might want to know who wins. With this colony falling over, and same with that one. With them deciding to go back after this colony. And even up into here. As they start losing significant amounts of land. But after this, they take advantage of the situation, and this nation launches a spearhead down here. In the south, they're still advancing, but here they're in a bit of a problem situation as they get pushed back out of this area and up into this land. And well, with them taking advantage and landing over here, with the goal of taking over their coastal region, with forces being forced to retreat from these two areas. Eventually, this front and that front meet up in this area. Well, let's see the peace treaty. Because, well, the failure to really push them out of anywhere. They push them down a bit there and a bit over here. But these colonies fall, which isn't good. And then this colony over here begins to fall along with this one. With them ending the war with this, basically. But if we give them back what they had before, they were pretty good off. But now they have to negotiate the peace treaty. So let's see how that peace treaty goes. And being annexed, and well, they're no longer theirs. With the pinkish purple nation deciding to possibly invade the purple nation soon. Well, that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, and on to subscribe. Bye, guys. Wild Mapper.